In the day and age of old cats getting old and getting out the way, you got Dame Dash. And he said he gonna sue the Breakfast Club for this.
Revolt is broke. Revolt has a lot of debt. Revolt can't really pay for original programming. They have to pay their bank debt. My company, American New, has no debt. And, you know, they were like bankruptcy shaming me, even though it's like a good business move and not most people can owe $25 million based on taxes, because that means they made a lot of money. They wouldn't let me explain that the reason why I owe taxes is because my accountant, Barry Clarberg, just simply didn't pay them. And I didn't know, you know, but they just kept cutting me off, and their intention was for me to look bad. So, you know, I thought the only way to stop this would be to go on the show, have them do all the things that I know they're going to do. Then I got to hit them with a lawsuit. I got to, because they keep compromising everything, all the businesses that, yes, right here, for all the businesses, thank you, Nikki Liggy, the white lesbian Aaliyah. She's here with us as well, helping me out. Let's put it right there. Yeah. So, you know, and then as related to the Revolt thing, again, you know, I've been trying to buy Revolt for a long time, but the price that they're trying to sell it for is not, like, Revolt has no assets. If you liquidate it, there's nothing. All it has is a big debt. And the only reason why I wanted Revolt was that contract for carriage. I was probably going to change the name, just like by.
Make sure you subscribe, man, and hit that like button real quick. Stay to the end to win one of these, and I'll catch y'all there. Now, let's understand this real quick. Dame Dash says that he's suing to try to be like Donald Trump. Donald Trump has never filed a Chapter 7. A Chapter 7 means you have nothing. A Chapter 11 allows you to move around certain things for certain debts that you can't pay, so you can essentially, I don't even want to explain it that way. Anyways, basically, it ain't a Chapter 11. It's a Chapter 7. Chapter 7 means, bro, I'm broke. I ain't got it. I ain't never going to have it. I got to work my way back out and all this crap. But I also want y'all to understand this. Dame Dash could be sued for the stuff that he said. You're basically saying you weren't able to say your piece, so why didn't you just walk out? Nobody forced you to be there. But I want y'all to listen to all these insults that he gave Charlamagne that actually are not true. Run that.
Black men can't be gay.
Black men that are gay should say they're gay.
Well, I'm not gay.
You are. Only girls worry about niggas' pockets anyway.
That's what you
You're a woman. Why do I care what you're a girl with a mustache. Get out of here. You're a boy-headed girl.
You're going to dress like a shady bastard and act like one. Practice what you preach.
This is a big.
He told me stories about how you and him linked up off the set.
I don't know that nigga.
Say it like
off
that.
the set.
Pause.
It's because I don't mind showing my flaws. See, you guys hide your flaws. You hide your homosexuality. I don't hide.
Raise your hand if you think Dame's broken. Seriously. See, it's just me and him.
But you said that some guys was throwing you kisses because they liked your Paul's butt, and you went back. That's gay. I don't think you're a proper representation of the masculine black man. You know what I'm saying? I don't think you guys are.
I'm listening. Okay.
Like, your OG is Wendy Williams.
Your whole existence is money and material things. That's why now that you don't have it,
your whole existence is gay.
You're trying to prove to everybody that you do.
Your whole existence is gay. I know, that's why I don't be around men. Mm-hmm. So we all know they betrayed Jesus. I said this.
You walked in here with a man.
Can I finish?
But as long as I'm paying the loan back, it's not a problem.
You're triggering me. You think he's masculine? Would you want this man around you if 10 guys jumped you? He'd run, and you'd have to run with him. Stupid.
I don't believe you.
Because you're dumb. How would you know? You're in this coffin every day, Count Dumbula. Here's my teeth right here.
You do the same thing.
Right. My teeth got fixed. That's the reason.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Okay. My teeth are realer than yours.
Right. No, I bet they're not. I bet my teeth cost more than. Okay, I'm gonna say. I've been saying I'm broke for years. Name one interview.
Why can't I say I'm broke?
But you should say you're a homosexual. You're dumb. I said the companies I started, because that's what you do. You twist things around, and that's what's dangerous about you, and that's gay.
You confidently said I'm gay.
I think you're
So I
gay.
can confidently say
I
you're
said
broke.
it in your face. I don't care if you say I'm broke.
And I think you're broke in your face.
And I think you're broke. I don't care. That doesn't hurt my feelings what another girl thinks. There's no windows in here. This shit is crazy. Look at the dog.
We can open it.
Look, I'm gonna show.
There's a curtain. We can
A
lift it.
curtain, y'all. Yeah, y'all in the behind the stage. A curtain. Y'all in the coffin. I would never. This is
Let me explain to y'all what he's actually doing. He's doing what's called a SLAPP suit. A SLAPP suit, or strategic lawsuit against public participation, is a lawsuit intended to intimidate, silence, or punish critics of powerful individuals or corporations who are speaking out on matters of public interest. Rather than winning the case, the goal of a SLAPP suit is to drain the defendant of their time, financial resources, and emotional energy through lengthy and legal processes, thereby chilling free speech and discouraging further dissent. Key characteristics and proper purpose. SLAPP suits are filed with the primary goal of suppressing speech, not seeking genuine legal justice. Is that what it seems like going here? Because it does to me. Public interest issues. They target people or organizations who participate in public debate, such as activists, journalists, and community groups. Now, I'm not really willing to say that the Breakfast Club are activists, but they do have a rudimentary understanding of journalism, so they qualify right there. Costly and time-consuming. The litigation process itself, including legal fees and emotional stress, is the main weapon used to exhaust the target. Often lacks merit. Many SLAPP suits are based on weak or baseless legal claims that are not intended to be won in court. Chilling effect. By making an example of one target, SLAPP suits deter others from speaking out on public important issues. Who uses them and why? Wealthy individuals and corporations often use SLAPP suits to protect their reputations and business interests. They exploit the legal system to silence criticism, stop protests, and prevent negative publicity, according to earthjusticegreenpeace.org. How they work: targeted speech. A plaintiff files a lawsuit, often for defamation or nuisance, against someone who has spoken out on a public issue, burdening the defendant. The defendant must then spend time, money to defend themselves, even if the lawsuit is frivolous, achieving silence. The hope is that the defendant will give up the criticism, apologize, or self-censor to avoid the financial and emotional burden of the lawsuit. Protection against SLAPP. Anti-SLAPP laws. Many jurisdictions have enacted anti-SLAPP laws that provide mechanisms to quickly dismiss their baseless lawsuits and sometimes allow the defendant to recover their legal fees. So let's see if it's in New York real quick. So New York has an anti-SLAPP law since 2020. And then let's look at New Jersey, because I'm not sure where Breakfast Club actually films at. So New Jersey has one that popped out in 2023. I don't know where Dame Dash is filing his lawsuit. I'm going to assume in his home state, but I don't know where the heck it is. Maybe he's not doing one. So let me give myself that little caveat real quick. Maybe he's doing this to act as though, yo, when I go on these platforms, y'all better let me say what I want and do what I want to do and all this crap, and don't challenge me for the stuff that I said, the things that I do, the perception, the persona that I have. People like Dame Dash, I absolutely despise the way that they operate. I don't know him personally, so I can't say I despise him, but the way that he operates, it's like you want to go up and say all of these things, but you don't want to be challenged. Then you want us all to believe you're a genius. No, you were somebody who had a niche, had connections at one point in time, and people like the way that you do things. After a while, it gets tiresome. It burns people out. It's like, if you guys remember Jim Harbaugh, right? Remember when Jim Harbaugh had the 49ers? He burned people out. His persona burnt people out. It turned people off. Once you're not getting the results, that's it. If Dame Dash was such a genius, right? Why is it that we haven't heard of any other artists since then? If you have to bring up somebody's skin color and their sexuality to try to sell records, I'm gonna be fair, it's not gonna work. I ain't never walked around no damn clubs and been like, oh snap, that's that white lesbian rapper, bro. Damn, she tight. Like, nah. If the people are good, we just gonna only refer to your music. Skin color really doesn't matter these days, and definitely sexuality doesn't, unless you do something to piss people off and they say you trying to quote unquote sell your soul or gain fame from doing something lame. Now, when it comes to Dame Dash, what have you done? You have to go on other people's platforms. The dude that you were trying to build a platform with, bro, I'm going to be honest with y'all. It's not going to work. You try to do, from what we've seen in the past, you try to do something with Adam 22. It didn't work. I believe you tried to do something with Vlad. I don't know, but I do recall you and Adam 22 look like y'all was going to have something that was going on. I would like to ask people this simple question. Who do you know that has been rocking with Dame Dash that's still rocking with him to this day? Because regardless of what people say about Jay-Z, a lot of the same people that rock with him, like a Memphis Bleak and all this crap, they still with him. 50 Cent still got Tony Yayo. Cam and Dame, they always bash heads and, you know, bump heads and all this crap. But in the end, they still end up being cool. They known each other since high school. Who does Dame have like that? Dame is 50-something years old talking about the OGs of Harlem told him to do this and tell him to do that. At 50-something years old, bruh, you shouldn't have no OGs. Now, referring to them like the wise guys or something like that, way better. But that sound like some little boy stuff, and you still trying to sound cool. It's pause this, pause that. I wonder, how can you call somebody gay, but every single little thing you had to say pause? If you're not gay, a lot of these things shouldn't matter. It just shouldn't. I've never understood the pause thing. I may say certain things, and I'll be like, dang, I probably should have said that like that. But that ain't damn near all the time. Y'all probably heard me say pause on this damn thing probably 10 times. Because I really don't care. Because if you are like that, cool. Nobody give a damn. But I wonder, you cats that overly do stuff like that, is it to be cool? Is it to be funny? Is it to be flashy? Whatever it is. But when Dame do it, it's like, bruh, we get it. You're not gay. All right, so what? But at the end of the day, worry and look at people who foster certain relationships and see how they operate. It wouldn't surprise me if eventually him and the art of dialogue fall off. And I don't mean like art of dialogue is going to fall off. I mean that they going to fall out. It's just not going to surprise me if it actually happens. And matter of fact, I'm going to say it will. And I'm going to say that Dame probably going to come out and play victim. A lot of these cats, they never take responsibility for the things that they do. They just don't. That's why channels like this exist, because you can come over here and complain and stuff like that. All you cats who disagree with my coverage of Young Thug, right? Y'all have all had your ability to come on here, complain, say whatever. I say, bruh, I got proof that they started it. I'm just going to finish it. And y'all like bullies. It is what it is. But at no point in time am I saying, oh, man, no, y'all can't feel this way. No, you can. Just, I'm going to call it out. And if you disagree, you disagree. But a person like Dame Dash will tell you, you can't even disagree with him because he says things that piss people off. He, at one point in time, said, you cannot be a man if you have a boss. That right there should be enough for people to sit around and say, yeah, hell nah. Oh, if you discuss other men, you a chatty patty. You sure? Because there's people right now that discuss other men that play football, play basketball, play baseball, debate, say all of these things. Who's the best rapper? All of these things. You need people to discuss people. It makes life simple. Life is already hard as it is, so entertainment makes the day go by faster. Dame Dash doesn't know that. And unfortunately, individuals like him, they won't ever understand it because they lack this word, accountability. He doesn't even understand how he looks to the common person. It's not about the masses. He's trying to look like something to all of these individuals when, in all candor, nobody cared. See, Dame would have to get his money, in my opinion, based off of friendships that he has and people who would invest in business ventures. If you just said that the Breakfast Club has no assets, so no liquidity at all, why would you want to invest into it instead of taking your money and building something better? That makes no sense. So do you want to purchase their structures? There are failing media companies right now that cost way less than the Breakfast Club. If you want to be the Pepsi to the Coca-Cola, cool. But it's not going to work. And you want to know why? It's simply going to boil down to likability. Do people like you? People may not like what you say, but do people like you? Because if you can't get one of those two, it's not going to work. You can say, man, I hate that person, but shit, the shit he's saying is gospel. I ain't going to lie. All right, that checks. Or you can say, man, I don't like nothing this dude be saying, but man, something about that dude, I actually like dude right there. He don't have any of those factors from what we seeing. Now, if you agree with it, Dame Dash, I want y'all to really help me understand how it is. How it is. How it is? Because Breakfast Club has been more prevalent to the culture longer than he has. It just has. His run was for about 9.5 years. Breakfast Club is working on their 14th year. So success-wise and impact to the culture, it is what it is. Did Charlamagne have to come through to whatever it is you have and sit down? No. Did Envy have to come to wherever it is that you come through and you sit down? No. You had to go to them. That's the difference. Why is it that you don't like these people, but you want to use their platform and try to validate your stance so that you can get validation from them? It's because they disagreed with you. That's where your feelings are ultimately hurt from what it looks like. But maybe I'm wrong. Who knows? Maybe the whole entire take I just had is wrong. And maybe somebody gonna write in the comments something so thorough that it's like, dang, I might have to look at this in this way. But I don't think you can. I think everybody, for the most part, will agree with me. If you stayed this long, you want to win one of these, comment something right now and hit that like button, bro. We've been getting like 400 to 300 likes per video. So that only means 400 to 500 people are guaranteed in. And I told y'all, bro, we just went up 8,000. I did not mean to hit that mic. We just went up 8,000 subs this last month. We ain't even done with the month yet. So we could hit that damn range, but we are 40K away from the giveaway. So hit that like button, subscribe like you like something today. But hey, other than that, click right here and see just how crazy things are going on the other side. Y'all know what I'm talking about? I'm talking about the damn David damn shit. The tattoo, ain't it crazy? Didn't even exist. Click right here to find out.